Saturday morning, the Experts program kicks off here on Power Talk Radio, 1460 and 101.1 FM. Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, joins us to kick things off. Good morning to you, Luis.
Good morning. How are you, Mark?
Doing pretty good. Hey, looking at our topic for today, I am checking out a really neat webcam, which is mounted over at the Taste of Monterey wine tasting room, which is in the building right above, I want to call it the Outrigger, but the Fish Hopper restaurant,
Fish
right?
Hopper, yeah.
And so the Taste of Monterey is in the upstairs space that one time was, it was like the party room, right? They used to rent it for weddings and other parties and things like that. That was part of the restaurant, but it's been Taste of Monterey for many, many years. Anyway, there's a beautiful view of Cannery Row there, and they've got this webcam. God, the resolution is just incredible on this camera, and I guess it moves around. Like right now, we're getting a shot looking down Cannery Road towards the aquarium, and then there's another shot that looks right out over the bay, and you can see like seagulls and everything flying on the screen right in front of you. Fremont Peak is off in the distance. This is really, really neat. Other than the fact that they've got this webcam, what's the importance of this?
Recently ran across a story about an artist named Dries Depoorter. He's a Belgian artist, and he does all of these technology-related installations, if you will, art installations. And one of the things that he's done is he's developed this facial recognition software that looks for pictures that he finds on Instagram. So if you post a selfie on Instagram, he will use his software that he developed to scan all of these open webcams, like the Taste of Monterey's webcam, across the world to find the video, to see if he can find video of the person actually taking the selfie before they took it, which is kind of scary, when you think about it.
What's he doing? What's the purpose of this? As he said?
Part of it is he just wants to demonstrate how, the power of video surveillance, how we don't know that we're on camera pretty much every time we're out in public. And a lot of these cameras are private, like private video surveillance security that's protected behind passwords and you need to have access to it. But many of them are just like that Taste of Monterey webcam, which is available to anybody in the public. If you do a Google search on, like Carmel webcams, you'll find that there's probably a half dozen that are out there that are available for people to log into, like through the web, like you're doing to that camera. Mm-hmm. And you could see people, you could see folks walking around, you can see, cars going by. And so what he wanted to show was that just when we post those selfies, we really are letting people know where we are, where we've been. Many of those pictures have geolocation built into them because we typically don't turn that off on our phones, since we also want to use our phones to do things like Google Maps and other things that require GPS.
Right.
So whenever you take a picture, it embeds these geo coordinates in there, which makes it really, really easy for somebody to track you down, and especially using facial recognition software.
So that's what he's basically trying to show is how vulnerable we are to being surveilled. For example, on this webcam that's over at the wine tasting shop, if you were standing out on one of the public walkways looking at the bay, and in fact, I see people right now, they're in this shot and they're in this webcam. They have no idea that they were just broadcast to the entire world. But
exactly.
What this guy's point is that just doing something as innocent as standing on, this walkway and looking at the bay, you get captured by video and people can find you that way, I guess.
Yep. That's one of the, we talked about the dangers of facial recognition software and how easy it is for people to use that to track down folks online, because there's so many pictures that are posted, not just by individuals of themselves, but also of pictures that they're just in randomly. Maybe somebody's taking a selfie and you're standing behind that person, and so you just get caught in the picture. But when somebody searches the web using facial recognition software, they'll find you standing there behind that person who took the selfie. They can use it to track you down. They could use it to, for stalking, all sorts of things. Wow. And so that's why a lot of privacy advocates are very leery of the proliferation of facial recognition software. And this artist from Belgium has really demonstrated how easy it is to do something like this.
Any way for someone to protect themselves?
Well, I think always be aware of your surroundings, first and foremost. And, if you do decide to take pictures of yourself and post them online, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or anything else, make sure that you set, there's settings in those cameras that let you suppress the geolocation information, so that you should turn that on so you can keep your GPS on, but it deletes the geolocation information that's normally embedded in the metadata of those pictures, so people can't track you down and figure out where you're at.
Yeah, and I guess the other thing you can do is when you go out in public, wear a ball cap, large sunglasses, and a Groucho nose.
Definitely the Groucho nose. I would love to see that.
No, I make it a point. I have my Facebook profile pretty well locked down, and the only people that get to see it are my friends, not even friends of friends. So there are things that you can do in the settings to make sure that the only people that can have access to your page are people that you know that you have already friended, and that's a kind of a protection, because if your page is just wide open to anybody in the world, then information about you can be put out there. There are still people that will, in a public way, they print their birth date, month, day, and year. They put where they live. They put where they went to school. They put like all this really sensitive information, and they're doing this innocently, but they don't realize that there are people out there that will steal their identity based upon having that information available.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's so easy to do. And you can avoid having people scan through your photos if you just do what you suggested, is lock down your account so that only people that you're friends with can see it.
That's Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, online, alvareztg.com, at AlvarezTG. That is the Twitter handle. And Luis, the toll-free number for the I-Team.
Give us a call at 866-78-I-TEAM. That's 866-784-8326.